there. And press go live also. All right, now live. So you can just start teaching the class. Let's say if you're by yourself, you just, got the class going. But, we'll go over some more next time. Get it found, solid foundation of it. Oh, do what? What? That's not showing. Water.
Just flip this now.
Could scoot over to this side just a little bit. Perfect, right in there.
Shalom. Well, I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the commanding GEN.YAHANNA. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to really realize something. The Lord is punishing these nations.
That's right.
The Lord is really punishing them. A lot of it, we've been beat down so long, we can't even really see it.
Right.
The Lord is really punishing these nations. Now, think about this for a second. And here's another thing, too. Now, all of this stuff going on, like with the Korean, hair salons and stuff like that, the Korean hair stores or whatever you want to call them.
Right.
The Asian, Vietnamese nail salons.
Right.
Because we've been, everybody been getting a piece of us.
Right.
Everybody been getting a piece of us.
Right.
So now think about it for a second. People that don't appreciate the I.S.U.P.K, I want to say some bad. I want to say something real bad right now, but I can't say it. But anyway, people that don't respect it, because you know what? Our outcries is part of the reason why this stuff is happening.
Right.
It is what it is. See, because sometimes the Most High don't do anything, but what they say, oh, we just let the Lord handle it, right?
Right.
Just let the Lord handle it. A lot of times the Lord don't start to handle things until righteous men come up, and say something about it. Now, we don't have any power like that, right?
Right.
We don't have power enough to go against the major, because they all in it together. They all in a confederacy together. Few brothers that be on them corners and stuff like that, the Lord will see that, and then the Lord will start to move and start to do something.
Right.
And what he do? He hit them with the corona. But see, here's the funny thing about it, because they try to flip that. They call it the coronavirus. Show me where corona is an Asian name.
Right.
And then they even got it too to where nobody even wants to drink coronas because of the coronavirus. And who drink coronas?
Right.
Who's the most people that commonly known for drinking coronas is Mexicans, the tribe of I.S.U.P.K. So they're trying to blame us, right? They still trying to flip it on us. But what are they doing? They didn't sit here, and then here's the funny thing, because it's not just with the Chinese. Everybody's eyeballing all Asians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The ones from Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, all of that. They getting the stink eye too. Because black people, all I tell we lump everybody into one hole, but hell, they in reality it's like that because hell, they Ammon and Moab.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we ain't completely wrong for that. Believe that. Think about it though, and the Lord made a move and did something. Now think about this for a second. All of the, because at one time black women were doing all the nails.
Right.
Black women were fixing all the hair. Black women were doing, a lot of these little things. Black women were also producing the curling irons and things like that. All the stuff that they got nowadays, the stuff that black people had. But then they came in a confederacy with, the oppressor.
Right.
And took it all over. In reality, a lot of us didn't just give it over. We fought for things. We did fight. We had a history of fighting for things. It's just that they beat us down so bad to where we don't even see, it's just like a dude that could just kick your behind every day. And you can do nothing about it at all.
Right.
You try to fight back. Eventually, what happens? Eventually, the person starts to give up. And we ended up, pretty much giving up because we were being jumped. Because they weren't the only ones, because they were in confederacy with the American government to do that and with the government of their own country. Now, how the hell are you going to fight, all of these powerful countries together?
Right.
You can't fight that, not unless the Lord is fighting with you.
Right.
You can't fight that. But see, now, because of them crazy Negroes that wear them crazy clothes, that go out on the corner, and then who they call Power Rangers and everything like that. That's why the Lord hit them Asians with that coronavirus. I'm telling you. That's why he did that. Because of these crazy Negroes that was willing to do something about what was going on. All right. Another example, like say for instance, what happened in Kentucky with the Golden Dragon restaurant. And then also too the Vietnamese nail salon in Louisville on Berry Boulevard, and countless other things that the ISUPK men, were doing and talking about, concerning it. Hell, even what happened to us talking about the Korean hair stuff and all of that too.
Right.
The Most High saw people that was ready to do something. They were angry. They were sighing and crying, right? And he moved. Bing. Now their businesses are hit.
Right.
Beautiful thing. And not just only the Chinese, but all of them, the slant-eyed ones that have, businesses in our neighborhood.
Right.
Most High started to force the hand now. The Most High is forcing black women out of the nail salons now. Because at first, remember those brothers that came out that time with them signs and all of that? They wasn't knowing during the truth or anything. Now remember, who checked them? The sister came up hollering all in their face while they out there for them.
Right.
You know, they wasn't in the truth or nothing like that, but they just decided to come together and try to do something about what the hell's going on. Right? And then here's the thing too, they not, she didn't listen to her man when she went to the thing herself. And then they had a line also too, because what did they do? They made a sale, half off on weaves or something like that.
Right.
And next thing you know, it's a block long of black women like they going into the club, right? And they started checking those brothers and discouraging those brothers. What did it do for them? It kind of weakened them a bit because they thought that those sisters would be, because it was like an in-season deal that those sisters would be like on their side, since being the fact of what just happened, right? They came and turned again, and them sisters like the other sisters that didn't directly come up against us like the hell with what y'all niggas is doing. I'm ready to get this weed.
Right.
And the sister ran up on them and started cussing them out and all of that. One sister started cussing them out and all of that stuff, right? So all of this stuff puts blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in a feeble position, right? The Most High saw that. Now he hit them. Now the businesses is hit. Now, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that corona, you don't want that Xing Ping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they're getting up out of them damn places, and you start to have more black women that's coming to their senses now and start to do the nails themselves and start to do their own damn hair. And that's another reason also too, because they trying to ban black hair out of schools and all of that.
Right.
You got an afro in the school, they tripping on that. You got, your black hair, even with the dreadlock, even dreadlocks is not our custom and everything. Just because they can represent something black, right? They coming against it. So they think, which that ain't got nothing to do with us. What do they really want? They want all black people bald-headed. They want us to be all bald-headed. And bald head is the mark, of a slave. That's what they would do in slavery. They would take, that's why they love them. That's why you got a lot of Christians, they love their bald fade so much.
Right.
You don't see Christians, in the Christian church with a big old afro. You don't see that.
Right.
You don't see them with braids. And if they do have it, that Christian pastor is like, he's trying to pretty much tell them, in an indirect way, because he ain't coming directly at them like that, you need to repent of that.
Right.
Really though, that's what he said. He's like, he'll start to come out with it later on if you keep showing up.
Right.
You need to repent of that. That is the sinner. You come in with braids. You come in with an afro. That's why all of them got like even an even Steven, what they call an even Steven. I don't know what they call it here. But where you got this real low haircut and it's trimmed and lined up and all of that. Or
right.
You have the bald fade, and the bald fade is really a variation of the bowl haircut. Because that's what they would do to you in slavery. They would take a bowl, slap it on your head, and shave all around it.
Right.
You weren't allowed to grow hair. Just like Cubans. Every Cuban I've ever known didn't grow no hair. Or no beard. All they just had to do was allowed to have a little mustache or something like that, but no beard and no hair on the head. Puerto Ricans had the afros and their thing, but Cubans, they had that. Castro had a beard and they couldn't have one. Think about that for a second. Castro had a beard and the Cubans could not have a beard. They had to be totally castrated. They had to have their beard shaved off and their head, was usually in a bald fade. You very, 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 very rarely ever see a Cuban with hair.
Right.
Very rarely. Let me get into the scriptures right quick. Yeah, before I get back on that, there's a couple of topics that I want to go over also too. That brother, what's his name? Anthony Farrell, or however you want to pronounce that. This is the brother that gunned down 5 people. I wasn't able to get the exact race, but I got a strong idea. You know, I got a strong idea that it was the oppressor that he did this to. 5 oppressors. Because what were they trying to do to him? And because they ended up firing this brother. He already saw it coming. And now think about this. This is suppressed anger. This wasn't something that was just came up out of the blue. You know?
Right.
What did they start to do? They start to, sometimes this stuff takes months.
Right.
You know? What did they start to do? They start to plot. Because the brother was some type of engineer. And they hated that. You know? Cap, your dad was an engineer, wasn't he?
Come.
Right. The dude was an engineer, some type of engineer, also working for Coors up in Milwaukee. You know, and they hated on him. Right. And what did they do? They end up. He worked at that place for 20 years. They ended up formulating something together, against him. Especially if you ain't no super cool. You're in a position like that, they want you to be a hater of black people worse than they are. That's how they are. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters deny certain high up positions. Because you already know what they require of you. I want to go to Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Devils do that too. I was working at the Family Dollar. There was a old white dude. He'd been working there for years, maybe 20-something years. But he's not even the manager of the store. He just like the cashier. He's like, I don't even know. But he ain't even. He was like, hell, he don't want to be a manager of the store because then he got to be there and have all the stress and do all that. He said he'd just rather stay where he's at and just collect the money where he's at off of being there years.
Right. That's powerful that you brought that up because think about this. Now, if a devil is super stressed behind stuff like that, imagine how stressed the coon that don't want to be a coon is.
Right.
Imagine how stressed he is. I remember, my aunt, she worked at an exhaust company, and she ended up going into a supervisor position. They hated on her so tough it wasn't funny. They ended up firing me to hurt her. It's dead serious. And then here's the funny thing about it, because he said, I had a buddy named Kenny, older brother named Kenny. He said that they were clapping because I got fired.
Dang.
They were clapping at the lunch break table, clapping. And saying he even got mad. He was, he was a coon himself. He even got mad. He's like, damn, it take all of y'all just to fire one dude. I ain't even been there that long.
Right.
They try to, attack me to hurt her. Because I wanted to keep it under wraps that she was my auntie. I didn't want nobody to know because I know how devils, and it was devils and blacks that come together to do this.
Right.
It was both of them. And they were clapping. So just imagine what this brother was going through being at this job 20 years.
Right.
So we'll go to Ecclesiastes 7:7 right quick. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And that's what happened to that brother. And you know what? Here's the thing. Brothers like that, they don't, we don't do the same thing the oppressor does. The oppressor get mad because of something on his job. He'll go through and he'll wipe out 50 people, 20 people. A lot of them didn't even have nothing to do with the situation, right?
Right.
But Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we want who we know was involved. We just ain't trying to go blow everybody away. Those people came together against that man. That's why he shot particularly those 5. Because I know they had more than 5 damn people working at that damn place. They probably had, you know what I'm saying? Probably had 2,005 working there, right? You know, he got the people that he knew were guilty that were plotting on him. That's what he did, because that's what they do. That's what they do. This man been on this job 20 years. Now think about this for a second. A man like that loses his job, right? Now he's married. He has children that he's trying to put through college or something like that, you know, because he was an older brother, so he might have had older children, right?
Right.
Now, think about this for a second. They fire him and get rid of him. He loses his wife. Because, hell, she only married him for the security anyway. Now, he done lost that sense of, you know, that sense of security. I done seen this happen a few times. You know, where the brother loses his job that he'd been on for all of these years. He was working there before he even had his children. He's with this woman, with this wife and everything, and they didn't have this nice, comfortable life. Now she's losing the comfortability in the life, and he might have to take on a job or slavery, whatever as we call it, that pays only half of what he was making there.
Right.
Now, with him only making half of what he was making, now the quality of living goes down. And she doesn't want no part of that. Now she's gone. Took the kids. Now she wants a divorce. And that's another reason why it's not good to get that damn paper marriage. I'm just keeping it real. You know, that's why it's not good to get it, because now she get the house, she get the kids, she getting piped down by somebody, you know, 15 years younger than you, and she's not requiring the same things of him. She's only requiring that stuff of you because of the security. She was so comfortable with you.
Right.
You know, with him, his job is just to throw down the dope ding-a-ling.
Right.
His job is only to do that. And she will pay for him with your money, what she gets of you. He will be in your house, the house that was yours. He's there, cold chilling, you know. And then at the same time, too, driving the car also that you left her, he's pushing that, dogging it out. He's dogging that car out, too, on top of that. You know, smoking weed, and they got weed burn holes all in your damn seats, cigarette burn holes in the seat that you had and everything. And she's not, you know, checking him on that. She's like, oh, it's cool. She overlooking that because he's just throwing down the dope ding-a-ling to her. Right? Now look how brothers, now think about it. Now you got a man that thinks about all of that, because dudes ain't stupid. You know, brothers ain't stupid. That's enough to make a person clock the hell out. And then at the same time, too, this man, they probably hit him before he can get his retirement also, because that is another thing that they do. You know, the Most High is going to punish these nations for this stuff. They're not going to be able to just keep getting by with doing things like this to us. They're not going to keep being able to get by with it. And this is more incentive for us to gather as a nation. If we gather, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians gather together, guess what? It ain't gonna be no coronavirus hitting us. It's gonna be hitting everybody else.
Right.
It's gonna hit everybody else. It's going to be a scare of them. But see, if we're in the midst of them, right? Now, what can they say now? They can say, they're the problem. Next thing you know, they'll be trying to detain Mexicans over the coronavirus because that's why they purposely gave the coronavirus, it's got the damn name Corona, when that's not an Asian name.
Right.
That's why they did it. Another thing, too, they know that coronavirus comes from the Lord. So what they try to do, blame the Lord's people, right? You know? And the more plagues that come, the more they're going to be blaming us. He think the corona is the only thing that the Lord's going to hit him with. We worried about the coronavirus right now. What about everything else? It's going to be diverse punishments, just like in ancient Egypt. Punishment hitting coming this way, punishment coming that way.
Right.
All of them diverse, one from another. All of them hit you at the same time, just like the plague of frogs, the plague of the locusts. Lord didn't just send in just the locusts all by themselves, you know, and they were just so only worried about the locusts. Oh, the Lord hit them with a lot of stuff, turned the rivers to blood, gave them blood to drink, you know, gave them, what else? The frogs, you know, frogs in their house, right? Gave them all types of dreams and nightmares and stuff like that. The Most High hit them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We separate. That's how the Most High is able to do this stuff to them. That's why, because he really don't want to do it while we're in the midst of them. He wants to punish them. That's why they come out with that movie War Room. They come out with that movie War Room, and what did War Room have to do with? A bunch of blacks praying for America, praying for their president. Ever think about it? If Donald Trump gets elected, who he put on his team? A bunch of blacks, because they're so satanic that they know they have knowledge of things. They know if they can get you on their side and you're praying for them, then that kind of ties the Most High's hands. You pray for them, you join with them. We talk about praying for enemies, but pray for that brother that you got on child support. Pray for him. All right. Pray for that brother, you know, that sister that you can't damn stand. Pray for her. You know. Pray for your nation like every damn body else do, like what Donald Trump and all of them want you to do for them. You'll never see Christians pray for the black race.
Right.
You never see that. I ain't never seen a Christian, but anytime the oppressor comes through, he will pray for them as a whole. The Christian will pray for them as a whole. But we will never pray for us as a whole. We'll say, no, I'm just praying for everybody. I'm just praying for everybody. But then when they come through, now we get specific. Now they get specific to praying for America. No, pray for every country. Come on now. Kill it. You know, well, no, why don't you come and hop up and be like, when they want you to pray for America, be like, no, I'm just going to, you know, pray for everywhere. I'm not going to pray for America. I'm going to pray for everywhere. They're going to be treating your behind like Colin Kaepernick, nigga. You know, they be like, you're not going to pray specifically for our country? They're going to have a problem with that. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Think about this for a second. Now, we get anything in this society. This is the reason why the Most High allows these nations to treat us like garbage. It's better, a lot of times it's better that they treat us like dirt than them show kindness to us. It is what it is, because any bit of kindness, you know, think about it. You got a dude that never made it to the NBA, never made it to college, but he always reverenced his high school oppressor basketball coach. Dude didn't do nothing for him, right?
Right.
What did he do for him? Was he paying his bills? Was he feeding him? No. He was a dude that just yelled in his damn face, told him to get out there with that damn basketball. And he honors and reverences this man, so much more than his father, who a lot of the times his father was just a blue collar brother and everything, putting food on the table, all of that.
Right.
Dude could just steal that white coach could just steal that father's, love just that fast. Over what? Dude played basketball for a year in high school.
Right.
And he remembers that man for the rest of his life. He lived to be 90 years old. He's gonna remember that basketball coach.
Right.
And he's not gonna think about, well, dang, he ain't really do nothing, for me for real. He just, threw the ball in my head and just, no, he gonna remember everything. He motivated me in life.
Right.
And just by telling him to get the damn ball and, run the court, what I'm saying? And he gonna make it like, even if he becomes, something, even the movie stars, the celebrities and NBA coaches, NBA basketball players and stuff like that do that. They remember their high school coaches.
Right.
They don't remember too much about their dad. He could have been in their life their whole life. They don't remember much. They don't care much about him. But that coach, he is like the father to them. And a lot of them go back and visit. They go back to them high schools and visit those white coaches.
Right. Right.
So it shows you that they're not forgetting about them. They want to see Coach Schumacher. They want to go see him. And he ain't did a damn thing for them. Nothing. But any little thing that he does, they'll remember it and their hearts will be with the oppressor over any little thing. He could have took him to McDonald's one time.
Right.
He's going to remember that McDonald's. Yeah, me and Coach such went to McDonald's and, we all, had or like in college, we all went and got pizza. He bought us all pizza and,
Right.
You said they're making $20 million a year talking about somebody dropping some damn pizza on you and the team and everything, right?
Right.
And that's one of the reasons I think they probably, they're trying to kind of lightweight spoil them and everything, buying them, Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff like that, and doing all kind of stuff like that. So when they become celebrities, they're already pre-groomed and everything to not want nothing really to do with black people like that, because they'll go back and they'll see, well, white people did all of this for me. They did all of this for me.
Right.
Now they in their mind is Papa John's steak, Papa John's. And all of that, all of these things, and then the coaches and all of that stuff, that becomes their whole, mindset and everything. And that them black people that's in the gutter, they cares nothing for them. Well, not that. I mean, I gotta take that back a little bit. Not unless those dudes are big dope dealers.
Right.
And because a lot of times they sponsored by dope dealers too. And the drug dealers, what do? The NBA start up some business or whatever, some little chain or something of fast food, a little pizza joint, something like that, where they can kind of like clean up their money through.
Right.
They'll do something like that. But them brothers in the street, they don't care nothing about them at all. They cares nothing. Only to go too far top. I only know one that did. I mean, that I've actually seen personally. There was an NBA star personally deal with somebody that was on the bottom. I've only seen that one time in my life. It was Felton Spencer. Used to play for Louisville, and then he went to the pros. Because I was locked up. And we had work releases. Felton Spencer used to come and pick that brother up.
Right.
They was real cool and everything. But that's the only time I ever seen it. You see Felton Spencer roll up in the dope ride and everything, you know, and the brother would, you know, come out because they, you know, knew each other from the hood and everything. He would come out, hop in the car with Felton Spencer, and they would take on off, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, that's the only time I've ever seen it in life. The only time ever. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. You gotta understand, when they give you things, you gotta understand why they're giving it to you. You know, like when the fear of the Lord came upon the nations and everything, and they came and they brought gifts and stuff like that, right? It's not saying don't take the gifts that they're giving, because you know these gifts are really peace offerings, so the Lord don't tear their behinds up on your behalf. That's what they are. So we need to, you know, we got to have wise men to tell us that, and to keep instilling that in us, to keep letting us know that this is what this gift is for. It's not for you to put your love upon them. That's when we mess up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not for us to put our love upon them. What it is we're supposed to understand, and we're supposed to give the glory to the Lord and be like, man, they're afraid of us because of the Lord. Now you can be a separate society now and be confident in it.
Right.
You know, now you can be confident in being a separate society now, you know, and you don't have to have no fear of them. Your fear belongs to the Lord. They're afraid of you. And here's the thing, they're afraid to the point to where they're giving their substance to you. So now you take their substance and build up your people and help your people, just like what they do when you go inside their nail salons and everything. They don't give nothing back to you. They give it to their people. They go and help their people.
Right.
The Vietnamese, to have the damn, you know, think about how the Vietnamese were back, you know, I remember back in like, you know, 1989, 1990. Hell, the Vietnamese were still chasing down, in Louisville, were still chasing down cats and dogs and eating them.
Right.
They were still doing that. You know? Now think about it. Now, then they was working at the same plant that I was working at, and then they come up in the society. Now they got the damn nail salons.
Right.
They living in houses, great houses on Tenney Avenue. Big old, huge, nice brick houses. You know what I'm saying? With basements, huge basements. I've been over their house, you know, a few times and everything. When they have feasts to where they got long mats, you know what I'm saying, of rows of food, to where, you know, with so much food, you can't even barely see the mat.
Right. And
they like from here to, you know what I'm saying, long, you just walk down, you know what I'm saying, and get whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got like some all you can eat. They have that at their house. All you can eat at a person's house in their basement. You know, karaoke machines. You know, all kind of stuff going on there. You know, and then the women be separate from the men. The women is in the kitchen. You know, the men will be down in the basement chilling, chopping it up, drinking, you know, Heinekens and stuff like that. You know, that's how they be coming up off of what we have. Now just think, if you strip that off of them and then the stuff go back to us, we will start to come up. They're going to have to do something super aggressive, outwardly aggressive, and they will be chargeable for that to the Lord. We separate, now they got to have a reason. Us not wanting to separate is the reason why the Lord is taunting the punishment of them.
Right.
Everything is in measure. You know, I think about also too, Captain, when they talking about that blazing thing.
Right.
How many of them talking that garbage now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How many run them talk about blazings now? Remember that was, you know, a few months ago, that was the end. That was the trending thing, right? You know, black woman wanting to have a kid by an Asian man so she can have a blazing because she thinking you was cute and they'll have good hair and all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then the black man wanting the Asian woman. That whole blazing trend. I want to hear it. I want to hear them talk that garbage now.
All right.
Your behind will be sitting there with your Asian man and your blazing. All y'all got the corona. He gonna get help and care, but he gonna leave you because he gonna go back to his people, and he gonna leave you and your little blazing there with that coronavirus, and y'all gonna try and push your little child is black, your little corona baby is black, and try and push it among us to infect us.
Right.
That's what interracial. I ain't gonna call it interracial dating. I don't even like saying it. Interracial nasty slave sex. You know, that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to take, and they produce their agenda through your woman, push their child and the woman back on you. Now they'll cuff the child if he becomes a Bob Marley or something. He'll be able to carry on the family name if he becomes famous. Other than that, he run around as a damn Chinaman named Johnson.
Yeah.
It was a Chinaman named Johnson. He got your names, right? Running around here, you know.
Right.
That's what it's meant to do and designed to do. I want all the blazing women. I want them to come forward because I ain't heard none of that blazing stuff since that damn coronavirus come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard none of that blazing stuff. And if you do see it, it's old. It's from like 2 years ago or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, a year ago, all of that. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? That brother, you know, that brother that shot them people, you know, and then I think he like shot himself or something like that. Or they shot him, something like that. But he ended up dying in the mix also. Because oppression makes a wise man mad. I mean, you can't, you under oppression, you can't do anything about it. So what eventually do you do if you ain't got the truth? You go for broke, right?
Right.
That's just like you getting, a child that gets bullied every day and nobody do nothing about it. What's a child end up doing? He's going to end up doing something extreme. He'll end up shooting up a school, or you'll find the kid hanging in his bedroom. Something like that. You know? Or he'll get on drugs real bad or something. It's just not going to go good because a person is supposed to have justice. And you don't get it. It makes you go crazy. That's one of the reasons why you got so many coons out here. You know? The truth can break coonery. Without the truth, man, you're in a bad situation.
Right.
The truth can break coonery. Some coons is not coons just because they genuinely just hate black people. Because they see that so much power is on one side and none at all on theirs. And it makes them go crazy. So they like, well, hell, I just might as well, can't beat them, join them. And a lot of them have tried before. A lot of them have tried. And they seem like, damn, it's just hopeless. So they go ahead and just join that and just become that. And the only healing to that is to come into the truth. Because if you don't come into the truth, you're going to remain a coon. The forces are going to be too powerful for you. They're going to be too strong. And you will be the one taking the gift to destroy your heart even more. That's a slave. It's a slave breaking process. And it works.
All right.
It works. If you ain't got the truth, it works. You ain't got hardcore brothers that hate the oppressor. it works. You see? Which is how it is. Or either you have some brothers out there that claim to, that hate the oppressor, but then they hate their own too. And that stuff discourages certain people also. Like, damn, that discourages the people also. What they got to do is, a scripture, the Apostle Paul said, you can tell that we are the children of God by the way that we love the brethren. When they see that, they be like, man, I want to be a part of this. Other than that, it's going to look like a damn gang. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it's just going to look like a gang, a clique. You know what I'm saying? And they like, nah, I don't want to deal with that, And then the journey goes on for them. And then they wind up back in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Good night. And that's how it be happening.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to skip down to verse 9 on this. Ecclesiastes 9 says, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. And that brother was pushed to the point of being a fool in that moment. Because at the same time, a lot of brothers like that too, they want to be accepted. They want to be accepted. You have to probably talk to that brother a year before this thing happened, and he would have did like a lot of brothers and sisters do. He'd have been talking to some Christians. Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe in all of that. God love everybody. God love everybody. All of that. He'll be giving you all of that. But then when it hit them personally, right? And then their stay of living is threatened. All of a sudden, what does it cause them to do? They snap.
Right.
They don't do what they should do by like coming into the truth. Like them one niggas be talking that, their stuff, to be wearing all black, be out in the corners and all that. I'm gonna call them niggas. They don't respond like that. They don't respond that way. Instead, they say, no, nigga, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna be a Jew and I'm just gonna, smoke every damn thing. Everybody got a problem with, I'm just gonna go ahead and blow them away. Damn, that man was that poor brother was at the end of his life. He was at the end of his life and he knew it. So he figured, I'm gonna take them out even if it takes me out. And that's a messed up situation to be in. That's a very foolish situation to be in, but if you ain't trying to contact the ISUPK, you will be in that situation. You will be in that situation because you got to be dealing with the brother. Because think about it, even if he was introduced to, like the Purple Group or somebody like that, hell, they're just like the people that's tripping out on him. So it's nothing there, right?
Right.
You got to get the mean, angry Negroes. The mean, angry Negroes will be the ones that save your damn life and stop you from doing something stupid. Right? Because they'll show you how to properly hate the oppressor. You can't get with the dudes, the lineup guys and all of that, the lineup dudes and the purples and all of that stuff. You can't get with them because hell, you're only gonna get, they're gonna do you the same way that they're doing. If you join them and you go up in any ranks inside their stuff, they're gonna do you the same damn way that they did that man on that job. And they black people is gonna do it. So now what situation you gonna be in now? They're black people that's gonna do that. So now you done lost all hope in every damn thing.
Right.
You done lost every bit of hope in everything now. Now you're sitting somewhere with a damn gun to your head, ready to blow your own damn brains out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get with the ISUPK, who are those angry niggas that hate the people that are oppressing you. You got to. I mean, it makes sense when you really think about it.
Right.
You have to do that. Or else, all I can say is, Lord be with you. And that's that. You know? All right. Before I get back on the Mongoloids, you know what I'm saying? Before I get back on that, I'm gonna go to this churchgoers turn they back on Bloomberg. And this happened in, I think it says Selma, Selma, Alabama. Now, here's the thing. You gotta ask yourself the question. Who has been more dangerous to black people, Bloomberg or the Christian church? Christian church is the one that got you listening to Bloomberg in the first damn place, right? You know what I'm saying? Christian church person is who got you listening to Bloomberg. You got to turn your back on that Christian church and Bloomberg both. That's the thing about it.
Right.
They was half good. They was doing halfway all right.
Right.
You know, it was like 3 brothers and like 4 sisters or something like that, and they all turned their back to him, right? It's awfully funny because the Christian pastor wasn't one of them that was turning his back, but it was some people that was, you know, and they were like in the back of the, you know, and we sat in the back of the Christian church, right?
Right.
A lot of the time, you sit in the back, you know things is wrong. Because the ones that believe, whole believers, they want to sit all the way in the front, right? Trying to get some type of position and stuff like that. But when people sit in the back, they're a little bit more skeptical, you know? So they had turned as soon as he got up to speak. How the hell he get to go and speak in a black church? This is another thing. You know, white men speaking in black churches and stuff like that. How many black men go and speak in a white church?
Right.
I want to know that. You know, you go to some prestigious white church. How many black men are in there speaking? Well, you know, come on, Christianity is supposed to be about Christian love and everything, right? Equality and everybody loving each other and everybody being equal, ain't it? Well, why ain't you speaking at theirs? And if you do speak it in their churches, they're gonna want you to uplift them as being the greatest thing, and you going as a servant. While they come to your church, they go in as a king.
Right.
It is. Man. Black, Spanish, and Native Indians, we got a lot of work to do.
Right.
A lot. A lot of work to do.
Right.
A lot. Right. We're going to go to 2nd Ezra, the Apocrypha, chapter 16 and verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
Right.
So think about it. The woes that's coming to America, which we know that World War III, America is certainly, you know, a big major, you know, cause of that, right? And Asia. Now, with this thing, with this World War III getting ready to crack off, and then the coronavirus hits the Asians right at that time. And it's not just China. It's not just China. Because the Most High don't see things the way that we see it.
Right.
We see that as a Chinese disease, a lot of us anyway. The Lord started to kill that, didn't he? The Lord started to kill that idea. You know, the Lord started to destroy that idea right there. We think, oh no, this is something that's just only in Asia. But then the Most High hitting, you know, China, Vietnam, and places like all of these little, you know, places like that, they getting hit too.
It's also in Europe.
They also in Europe. You got Asians over in Europe.
Well, it's infected Edomites too.
All right. Well, Babylon and Asia. There we go.
Right.
King of Babylon is white people. They're the kings of Babylon, the kings of confusion. And that's why it says here, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Right.
Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children. Also, too, you got, you know, of course, that stuff can hit Africa, too. It's already doing it. It's already hitting Africa already also. This stuff just started among the Moabites. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. How long they think they was going to just coast by and be able to do this?
Right.
How long did they think that? How long did they think that they were just going to be able to just coast along and just get rich, you know, and buy all of these, you know, fancy, super expensive cars and mopeds and stuff like that over Japan and all of that, you know, off the you know, blood, sweat, and tears of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. How long did they think that, you know, it's a day, you know, it's a day of reckoning coming? I mean, it just is what it is. And, you know, a lot of times it's not going to start just like boom. It's going to be certain little things, you know, to show you, because in reality, what them agents should be doing, they should be at camp filling up our donation buckets. They should be at camp filling up our donation buckets and all of that stuff and trying to see how they can make things right, giving peace offerings. That's what they should be doing. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Because we know that the sword is definitely coming to America. And it's going to come to China and all of them too, you know, and it's going to hit them real hard. Because, you know, think about it. America and China are world powers. What is China, third?
Right.
You know, because all of them pretty much kind of go up under that umbrella, along with Korea and all of them. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you. And not just talking about the coronavirus either. All diverse kinds of plagues is going to hit. All diverse kinds of plagues. And they're going to be tore up. And what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the woods?
Right.
Yeah, right. I mean, all the countries are coming, that the Confederacy are trying and cure the coronavirus and all of that. Even if they was to put somewhat of a halt to the coronavirus, something else is going to hit. Something else is going to hit quick. The Most High can hit with 3 different plagues after that. Now they got to deal with all of them, all trying to deal with all 3 at the same time, and they all 3 be worse than the coronavirus. May a man drive away a hungry lion in the woods, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of the strong archer? But you can't turn this stuff back. You can't.
Right.
This stuff is coming, and that's just is what it is. It's coming, and that's that. You know, and also too, just like these things have happened in the past. Also, who could turn back the plagues of ancient Egypt? You know, who could stop the fear of all the other nations concerning the Israelites? It couldn't. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? No one. A fire shall go out from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Because all of this type of stuff, they just had also too. There's a river over in China that it turned to blood overnight. You heard about that, Cap?
Mm-hmm.
There was a river over in China that it turned to blood overnight. I've been hearing about these things happen. You know, they're trying to keep it under wraps. I heard about it happening, especially like in China and Russia and places like that.
All right.
The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up, and the waves from the deep. Well, just like in the past, we've seen more of them, what they call them, tsunamis, typhoons, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's that one where you say you can go and be on a beach one day, and the very next day, one day, and then a swelling come. Next thing you know, boom, that damn thing hit the whole damn city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And kills many, many people. But here's the funny thing about it, though. The world gets our sympathy.
Right.
That's the messed up thing about it, though. The world gets our sympathy. They could come with a donation or a collection for some plague that happened in China, and black people will give to it. When they come with something from you, they will not give nothing at all. They're told not to do that. I remember when I worked at the meat packing plant, they would have their little causes or whatever, Powerball, stuff like that, be trying to play Powerball and all of that, and they would have a little thing where everybody give like $5 and play the Powerball, right?
Right.
You know, kind of supposed to be increasing the chances of winning, right? And if you won the Powerball, then they were supposed to divide it up among everybody. So we giving that, and it was ran by a Vietnamese dude. We giving that, right? But then when you have sisters that come through that were selling candy bars for their little daughters and everything, you know, in the school, like they do in school, right?
Right.
None of them would buy nothing. There's none of them would buy anything. But I can say though, niggas did realize that, and niggas started clocking out on them damn Vietnamese. And a few of them bought a candy bar after being put to shame. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's a little sign of what we do. We put this stuff, we start to consistently think like that because they know that they need us. You know, when they flip it the other way around, we think that they damn need us to do, black women need them to do their nails.
Right.
They're really thinking like that they need them to do their nails. When they were been doing nails long before they got here.
Right.
Black women been doing nails and were hands down the best at it. But then all of a sudden they come around and all of a sudden I just need them to do it. I need them to do my nails. And they putting stuff on your damn nails that's destroying your fingernails. They don't use it. You know what I'm saying? They don't use it, so that should tell you something.
Right.
Let's be like, dealing with a cook that don't eat his own food. how should you think about him? And that's what the Arabs do. The Arabs don't eat their own food. Stuff that they feed us, that garbage that they feed us in them damn places, they don't eat that. That's food for the dogs, the way they see it. And the dogs to them is us. Assalamu alaikum, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They coming in with that garbage, and then they got pork. They selling you pork, you know, on their shelves. They got Vienna sausage, pork Vienna sausages, and all of that, selling it to your people. You know, after we all supposed to be, we all supposed to be family, right? But they wouldn't feed that to each other. They wouldn't sell that garbage to each other. And the Arabs that come in don't eat that garbage either. Skip down to verse 18.
Right.
The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. They're in trouble. And it's about reckoning time right now. Think about it. They get cut off out of all of these businesses that they have. That's going to be cutting off that vein right there.
Right.
You know, because that's how it works. You know, they get that money and they send it back. Now we can start to see the scripture come to life when it talks about everybody should go to their own people. Because think about it, if you got all of these Asians that everybody just wants to stay away from because they believe that they got the coronavirus, because they are the face of the corona. Regardless of who else got it, they are the face of the coronavirus. And I don't mean just China, I mean all, the Ammon and Moab are the face of it. So they ain't gonna have no damn choice. And they're gonna be cut out of these business because who's gonna want to go to them out of fear of the coronavirus?
Right.
So now you go into the Vietnamese nail salon and they wearing that damn mask that they always wear when they do them black women's nails. What are you automatically gonna think? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like before. Before you go and they wearing that mask and all of that, she go in there, and just get her nails done with a simple behind, not even thinking, considering the fact that they're wearing a mask, but don't give her one. She can sit there and just get all, get cancerous stuff in her and all of that. They don't give a damn about that. They protecting themselves. But nowadays, you walk into that Vietnamese nail salon and they got the mask on. First damn thing you thinking is they got the corona in here.
Right.
They got that damn coronavirus in there. I ain't trying to go in there. The Lord done smoked them. He done fought them. You know what I'm saying? He seen the hard-headedness of them black women. And now he gave them a serious reason not to go in there now.
Right.
Out of fear of their damn life. They wasn't afraid enough of getting beat up and all of that. And raped. Like that young girl in Louisville, the 18-year-old girl in Louisville. She was Rocky took her to the back room and then tried to rape her back there. It's funny because when he seen me, he already knew what I was coming for. He ran. He took off running. He was in the winter. He was still at work. The next day, after being locked up, he had the mask on and everything. I knew it was him. And he was in the little window part doing something. And he seen me out there and he took off to the back. And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourgings. Now, this is the thing right here, too. The Most High, just like the Most High hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and they couldn't see the core reason of why they was going through what they're going through. Now you're going to have the whole world that's going to be like this.
Right.
The whole world. And it just ain't going to be ancient Egypt. It's going to be the whole world that's going to be like this. Because what they're going to do, they're going to come with another reason. You know, instead of saying that it's the God, the creator of the heavens and earth that's doing this to them, they're going to try to find some type of other reason for it.
Right.
You know, with all of this going on. You know, it's not like they're going to get hit with the diseases and then they're just going to all bow down to black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's not going to happen like that.
Right.
The Most High is allowing them to, you know, he's hardening their heart just like Pharaoh and causing delusion and stuff like that so he can keep turning them up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if he didn't, then what would they do? They would repent, right?
Right.
The Lord don't want these nations to repent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is. He don't want them to repent. They got a hell of a ticket to pay. A hell of a ticket. Just like the Most High didn't want them Egyptians to repent. That's why he hardened their heart. You know? And started to turn them up. Because think about all the boastings they done did over us. You know? Sending black girls over to Dubai. You know? And all of that, you know, and just make it just run around muck on the Most High's people.
Right.
Doing whatever they want to do. Snatching organs out of young brothers and sisters, and then shoving them with newspaper and rolling them up, you know. They finding them with all their organs missing with newspaper all in them.
Right.
You know, just so some Amalekite devil can live to be 105.
Right.
The Most High feels some kind of way. You don't want them to, you know what I'm saying, to repent. They got to pay.
Right.
They got to pay. And then don't let me get on the Amalekites at night. They gonna get tore up horribly. I mean, horribly, horribly. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Because for one thing, if they was to, like, say, they was to somehow get rid of it, like, what was that other Asian disease that they had?
SARS.
SARS disease. They had the SARS. What did they do? SARS went, the SARS numbers of deaths and everything went down. And what did they do? They forgot. They didn't sit there and say, well, damn, you know, we was hit with that SARS. So
Right.
maybe it's because, you know, we need to remember that, put that in the records that we was hit with that, you know, and then find out why the God of the Hebrews is doing this to us.
Right.
At least the Philistines back in during the time of Samuel, at least they, you know, wanted to see why these things were happening to them.
Right.
From the Lord. They wanted to understand, and it was because of the ark and all of that. And, you know, they made an atonement that the Lord was temporarily pleased with. And he left them alone. He stopped killing them.
Right.
But these people, nowadays, their heart is so hardened. You know, they gonna, you know, it's just gonna get bad for them. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Because I mean, think about it. What are they doing over there? Now they eating all, you know, I mean, they always putting some food stuff on. Or they're eating all types of different kinds of foods and stuff like that, right? I even seen one show where it said it's a prison in Japan where they have chefs making top of the line sushi.
Right.
In Japan, they making. Talking about the stuff that you would get in an expensive restaurant. They're making that in the prison in Japan.
Mm.
You know, the Michael Bob was telling me about when his buddies got locked up in Japan when he was in the military, that they fed them like fish eyes, fish eggs, and fish heads and rice. But this must be upper scale prison right here. You know, they didn't say what kind of prison it actually was, but they said that if they had stuff like that that you would pay top dollar for here inside their stuff, and had real sushi chef, licensed sushi chef cooking it. So they think themselves as to being, in a good place.
Right.
But man, the most I could hit this over, hit that sushi with something, and they'll mess around and be dying off that too. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Yeah, we go ahead and drop that. I'm gonna go on into something else right quick. Going to Ezekiel 29. Started. Start at. I guess I'll start at about verse 3. Time's sake, we're kind of running out of time.
Right.
Ezekiel 29 and 3. Speak and say, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of the rivers. Who is that dragon today? The Most High brought down the ancient Egyptians. But everything that was done before happens again. And them lying in the midst of the rivers, what is this? He's the sight of everybody, right? Just like America is today. And then you got to look at America's Confederates. I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers, which hath said, my river is mine own, and I have made it for myself. I will put hooks in thy jaws, and I will cause the fish of thy rivers to stick unto thy scales. The fish of the rivers, all the different nations that depend on this empire. They depend on this, that they have their hour with the beast. They are the ones that are going to stick to the scales of this great dragon, and that includes all of the Koreans, the Arabs, and all of them that got rich off of this land. I'm so glad the Most High is like hitting them right now.
Right.
You know, the Most High is hitting them with this stuff. We starting to really see some stuff shake up now.
Right.
You know, we really starting to see some things really shake. You know, and we should stay away from all of them heathens like they got the damn coronavirus. To be honest with you, we need to stay the hell away from all of them like they all got it, because hell is spreading among all of them, ain't it? Right. You know, so be the fact that it's spreading among all of them. We need to, you know, be with our own. Like I said before, if we stick to our own, the Most High can hit all of them with the damn coronavirus, and guess what? They'll start to be begging to us to find a solution for it. The Lord can hit them. He can hit them so bad, you know, in some place. Not saying that they would do this as a whole, you know, as a nation, but some of them, few of them sprinkled out, and be like, damn, maybe we need to, you know, give a peace offering to this bad boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They'd be like, we need to give a peace offering here. Come. And I will bring thee up out of the midst of thy rivers, and all the fish of thy rivers shall stick unto thy scales. And I will leave thee thrown into the wilderness, thee and all the fish of thy rivers. All of these little smaller nations that depend upon this great dragon is going to be punished too. All of them. There ain't no way that, you know, America could be hit and them not be hit also. They were in Confederate with them, wasn't it? Yeah. They were joined with them, wasn't they? Yeah. So they got to be punished too. They got to get it also. Thou shalt fall upon the open fields. Thou shalt not be brought together, nor gathered. I have given thee for meat to the beasts of the field, and to the fowls of the heaven. Think about this for a second. The Most High is going to cause so much death among these people that the beasts of the field and the birds of heaven, of course, the vultures and all of that stuff is going to be picking them. You know, they're going to have some hell of a meals going on. And that's what's going to happen. With that being said, we are the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the commanding GEN.YAHANNA, paying tithes. Get ready for the Feast of Purim that's going to be coming up this month. Also, too, what you also want to do is get ready for that Passover, which is happening April 9th in New York, in the commanding GEN.YAHANNA. And with that being said, Shalom. Well, the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months, and when the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, Mayashava. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department a teacher. Priest fund. We will offer for priests. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Like I said, we got the Feast of Purim coming up, and we also have the Passover coming up. Pay your Passover funds, pay your tithes, all of that, and get in the game. Announce holy convocations from sheet. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. With that being said, give me a second. I'm going to take a little break. Imagine, upon hockey down, rise and face to east. Say the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malachaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baharataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Akam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabuwapi now, Kasalak now, Kabuwapi now, Wala Tabaya now, Bonasaya 1, Abal, Haushai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa Allah, Wa Tapar, Lawalayam, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power, the Hakat, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Baba Kasha, Nathananaw, Hakat, Rafa'ah, Call Madawa, Call Maka'alas, Call Madawa, Hakat, Latahar, Amatazariah, Hakat, Lahakim, Hamatim, Hakat, Al-Wakawa, Atama Allah, the Garshan, By Hashem Yahushua, the Wadaman. The English, Yahweh, and name Yahushua. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Blessing. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahushua. Wa Maka'ala. Wa Alahayim. Matazaba Alawat Yahanna. Alawat Hasarayayim. Hakatayayim. Hakayayim. Wa Aquakim. Yahweh. By Hashem Yahushua, the Wadaman. The English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushua, and Michael, and the angels, Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, troopers, and the sisters, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it. Anointing prayer. Yabarka, Yahweh, Yashmarka, Yahar, Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, Aliyaka, Wayakanka, Yasha'ah, Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, Aliyaka, Wayasham, Bakar, Shalom, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, Barak, Rapah, Magun, Hagun, all destroyed of Israel, done. By Hashem Yahushua, the Wadaman, in the English, Yahweh, bless thee and keep thee, Yahweh, make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee, Yahweh, lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless, heal, shield, protect, the names of the lovers we just named. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers in the school. Send evils and curses and punishment destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek, synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitatus, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, National Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channel, and the radio channels to beat the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer, the Yahushua, Michael and Gabriel, come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it's the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you always. So be it. Sar, which means turn. Men of Israel, Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Barakatah. Yazbatah, courtesy salute to the sisters. Amadu Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Al-Thah Ba'ashim Yahushua. Yazbatah, class dismissed.